The brightly lit, sun-drenched apartment where the laughter never seemed to end was actually a fleeting, beautiful oasis, quietly shadowed by the unyielding march of a tragic destiny. For generations, Three's Company wasn't just a legendary star-studded comedy. It was a deeply haunting tapestry of absolute love, sudden loss, and a bittersweet grief that permanently scarred our collective nostalgia. Yet, behind those famous, cheerful misunderstandings, an unforgiving time was already rewriting the real-world scripts of these iconic performers in ways no one could ever foresee. Revisiting these beloved faces today makes the classic show feel infinitely sadder, as a few resilient survivors still carry the fading warmth of those golden years, while other foundational pillars have long since taken their tragic, final bow into the eternal twilight. In this retrospective, we will uncover the real names, true ages, and private post-show realities of the cast. Please, try to watch this video until the very end, because the devastating truth waiting for us at the close of this countdown is exactly what will break your heart the most. 1. John Ritter. In Three's Company, Jack Tripper was chaos with a kind heart, clumsy, charming, and endlessly funny, the young chef whose physical comedy made every misunderstanding feel like a dance. John Ritter, born September 17, 1948, played Jack from 1977 to 1984. He passed away on September 11, 2003, at only 54 years old. Behind that famously sharp, energetic on-screen persona, John's final moments were clouded by a sudden, hidden health crisis. While rehearsing for a new show, he fell severely ill due to an undiagnosed aortic dissection, a tear in the body's main artery. In a heartbreaking reality that profoundly touches the soul, the medical team initially misdiagnosed it as a heart attack. A detail that deeply moves the heart is that his tragic passing occurred on the exact birthday of his youngest daughter, Stella, turning a day of celebration into an enduring, bittersweet memory of immense personal loss that still shatters the hearts of fans worldwide. By 2026, John Ritter holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, leaving an estimated net worth of $20 million at his passing. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, his true wealth remains beautifully preserved in his flawless physical timing. 2. Richard Klein. In Three's Company, Larry Dallas is charm wrapped in mischief, Jack Tripper's smooth-talking neighbor, a used car salesman, a ladies' man, and the friend who could turn one misunderstanding into an entire night of trouble. Richard Klein, born April 29, 1944, played Larry from 1977 to 1984. By 2026, he is 81 years old, alive, and still remembered as one of the sitcom's most familiar comic faces. The accident struck like a terrifying nightmare, robbing him of his physical integrity and leading to long, arduous days in the intensive care unit, filled with the incessant whirring of machines and the pungent smell of disinfectants. For Richard Klein, that period was a fierce battle, both physically and mentally. He endured excruciating pain after surgeries involving intramedullary nailing, skin grafting, and spinal fixation, along with the overwhelming fear of long scars and the risk of permanent disability. By 2026, Richard Klein holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic television purists worldwide, maintaining a successful net worth estimated at $2 million. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, his true wealth remains beautifully preserved in his brilliant theatrical legacy. 3. Don Knotts. In Three's Company, Ralph Furley was the nervous, flashy landlord who could turn one knock at the door into a full comedy scene. Don Knotts, born July 21, 1924, joined the series in 1979 and played Furley until 1984. He died on February the 24th, 2006, in Los Angeles at age 81. Behind that famously jittery, comically loud on-screen persona, Don's final years were shadowed by a quiet, exhausting battle with lung cancer, ultimately passing away from respiratory complications. He faced his final days far from the intrusive glare of modern media, maintaining his sharp wit and artistic spirit until his very last breath. A detail that profoundly moves the heart is that despite his failing health and nearly losing his sight to macular degeneration, he kept a brilliant sense of humor. His longtime friend Andy Griffith quietly sat by his bedside, sharing soft laughter just hours before he slipped away. By 2026, Don Knotts holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, leaving an estimated net worth of $20 million at his passing. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, his true wealth remains beautifully. 4. Priscilla Barnes. In Three's Company, Terry Alden arrived as the calm, capable nurse who brought a new kind of balance to apartment 201, smart, direct, attractive, and less naive than the roommates who came before her. Priscilla Barnes, born December 7, 1952, played Terry from 1981 to 1984. By 2026, she is 73 years old, alive, and still remembered as the woman who helped carry the sitcom through its final seasons. The stomach ailment struck relentlessly, bringing with it long, agonizing days of burning epigastric pain, constant nausea, and rapid weight loss that left Mai thin and frail. For Priscilla Barnes, the treatment period was a fierce and extremely rigorous battle. She had to completely give up her favorite foods, learn to tolerate bland, watery porridge, endure uncomfortable gastroscopy procedures, and bear the immense psychological pressure whenever the spasms came in the middle of the night. By 2026, Priscilla Barnes holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, possessing an estimated net worth of roughly $1.5 million, completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections or sprawling mega mansions. 5. Audra Lindley. In Three's Company, Helen Roper is loneliness wrapped in a bright caftan, the playful landlady, Stanley's neglected wife, and the woman whose jokes often hid a very human hunger for affection. Audra Lindley, born September 24, 1918, played Helen from 1977 to 1979, then continued the role in The Ropers. She was 58 when Three's Company began. She died on October 16, 1997, at the age of 79. Behind that famously flamboyant, laughter-filled on-screen persona, Audra's real-world final chapter was shadowed by a courageous, quiet battle against leukemia. In a poignant reality that deeply touches the heart, she spent her final days at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, facing her illness with profound dignity. In a detail that leaves fans deeply moved, even as her health failed, she kept a script of her final recurring role on Cybele right next to her hospital bed. She worked passionately until her very last breath, silently refusing to let the brutal physical drain of cancer diminish her lifelong dedication to her craft. By 2026, Audra Lindley holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic television purists worldwide, leaving behind a respected artistic legacy and an estimated net worth of $1.5 million, completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections. 6. Norman Fell. In Three's Company, Stanley Roper was the suspicious landlord with the tired cardigan, the sideways glance, and the dry little smile that always seemed to say he knew more than he admitted. Norman Fell, born March 24, 1924, played Mr. Roper from 1977 to 1979 before carrying the role into the spin-off The Ropers. He died on December 14, 1998, at age 74. Behind that famously tight-fisted, easily annoyed on-screen persona, Norman's final days were shadowed by a sudden, devastating battle with bone marrow cancer, ultimately passing away at a rehabilitation center. He managed his final chapter far from the intrusive glare of the media, processing his rapid decline with immense dignity. A detail that deeply touches the heart is his profound real-life humility. Despite creating one of television's most famous misers, by 2026, Norman Fell holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, leaving an estimated net worth of $1 million at his passing. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, his true wealth remains beautifully preserved in that signature, fourth wall-breaking smile and the comforting reruns. 7. Anne Wedgeworth. In Three's Company, Lana Shields was a flash of older glamour and comic desire, confident, stylish, and forever chasing Jack Tripper, while he tried to escape with that nervous smile. Anne Wedgeworth, born January the 21st, 1934, joined the series in Season 4 as Lana. She passed away on November the 16th, 2017, at the age of 83. A devastating event struck without warning, shattering Anne Wedgeworth's vibrant body and transforming an ordinary day into a terrifying series of moments involving ambulances, the blazing red lights of the operating room, and the frantic whirring of ventilators. For Anne Wedgeworth, her final moments in the hospital bed were a cruel test, as her mind struggled against the overwhelming physical trauma. Despite the agonizing pain and the best efforts of medical professionals, the line between life and death thinned ever more. In those moments of impending separation, Anne Wedgeworth still clung to a fragile sliver of consciousness, as if trying to prolong the time to see the faces of those she loved most. By 2026, Priscilla Barnes holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, possessing an estimated net worth of roughly $1.5 million. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections or sprawling mega mansions. 8. Suzanne Somers. In Three's Company, Chrissy Snow is innocence wrapped in sunshine. A sweet, dizzy roommate whose wide eyes, soft voice, and strange little logic made every misunderstanding brighter. Suzanne Somers, born October 16, 1946, played Chrissy from 1977 to 1981. She was 30 when the series began. She died on October 15, 2023, one day before her 77th birthday, at the age of 76. Behind that famously cheerful, laughter-filled on-screen persona, Suzanne's real-world path was later shadowed by a fierce, private 50-year battle with cancer. In a poignant reality that deeply touches the heart, she faced an early breast cancer diagnosis in her 50s, processing the immense physical and mental strain with an unyielding dedication to holistic wellness. Her peaceful departure in 2023 occurred just one day before her 77th birthday. In a detail that leaves audiences profoundly moved, she spent her final hours. By 2026, Suzanne Somers holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic television purists worldwide, leaving behind a staggering business empire and an estimated net worth of $100 million. Shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections. 9. Jordan Charney. In Three's Company, Frank Angelino was the sharp-edged restaurant owner who often stood in Jack Tripper's way, strict, impatient, and wonderfully dry. Jordan Charney, born April 1, 1937, played Angelino during the later seasons from 1981 to 1983. By 2026, he is 89 years old, alive, and remembered as one of those reliable faces who gave sitcom chaos a touch of real-world pressure. In his arduous journey battling hemorrhoids, understanding and perseverance were key factors that helped Jordan Charney overcome the challenge. Medically, treating this condition is fraught with difficulties, not only because of the excruciating pain and inconvenience in daily life, but also because of the patient's reluctance to hide their illness, often delaying intervention. Treatment requires immense patience, combining a strict treatment protocol with a complete overhaul of ingrained lifestyle habits. By 2026, Jordan Charney holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic comedy lovers worldwide, possessing an estimated net worth of $1.5 million. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, his true wealth remains beautifully 10. Brad Blaisdell. In Three's Company, Mike the bartender was one of those quiet faces who made the Regal Beagle feel real. The man behind the bar, watching Jack, Janet, Terry, and Larry turn ordinary evenings into comic confusion. Brad Blaisdell, born March 15, 1949, appeared as Mike during the later seasons of the series. He passed away on December 26, 2018, at the age of 69. The brain disease struck cruelly and suddenly, robbing Brad Blaisdell of his radiant smile and gentle everyday words, transforming his peaceful days into a suffocating series of moments confined to the intensive care unit. The rhythmic beeping of the electroencephalogram, EEG machine, and the anxious gazes of neurosurgeons. For Brad Blaisdell, his final days were a journey into the darkness of unconsciousness, as his body suffered damage beyond the limits of medical treatment. By 2026, Brad Blaisdell holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of comedy lovers worldwide, possessing an estimated net worth of roughly $1.5 million. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections or sprawling mega mansions, his true wealth remains beautifully preserved in his flawless comedic timing and the comforting reruns that still ignite our imagination. 11. William Pearson. In Three's Company, Dean Travers is authority wrapped in a raspy voice, the strict head of Jack Tripper's cooking school, a man who could turn one class assignment into a comic disaster. William Pearson, born July 17, 1926, played Dean Travers in recurring episodes from 1977 to 1981. He was 50 when the series began. He died on August 27, 2004, at the age of 78. Behind that famously stern, unyielding on-screen persona, William's real-world final chapter was shadowed by a quiet, courageous battle against respiratory disease. In a poignant reality that deeply touches the heart, he spent his final years in his beloved hometown of Newton, New Jersey, slowly fading from the public eye due to advanced complications from respiratory failure. In a detail that leaves fans profoundly moved, he faced his physical decline with immense dignity, maintaining his sharp wit. By 2026, William Pearson holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic television purists worldwide, leaving behind a respected artistic legacy and an estimated net worth of $500,000. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections. 12. Gino Conforti. In Three's Company, Felipe Gomez was the lively kitchen helper at Angelino's, emotional, proud, funny, and always ready to turn a small restaurant moment into a burst of comic energy. Gino Conforti, born January 30th, 1932, played Felipe in the early 1980s. By 2026, he is 94 years old, alive, and still fondly remembered by fans of classic sitcoms. In his arduous and challenging journey battling dangerous pancreatic diseases, Gino Conforti's unwavering resilience and the boundless love of his family served as a beacon, helping him overcome the obstacles. Medically, pancreatic diseases, whether acute pancreatitis, chronic pancreatitis, or other serious conditions, are always among the most daunting and terrifying challenges. Treatment requires extremely complex medical interventions, intense pain that erodes the body, and strict dietary restrictions that put both the patient and their loved ones under immense mental stress. By 2026, Gino Conforti holds an eternal, irreplaceable position in the hearts of classic comedy lovers worldwide, possessing an estimated net worth of $1.5 million. Completely shunning the ostentatious vanity of modern luxury car collections, His true wealth remains beautifully preserved in his sharp,